What's up everybody, it's Supersmallchibiwolf here, and today I'm going to be making a video called What Makes a Good Fighting Game Character. So I made like a live stream of this, but I don't know, I was playing the game doing it, and I did not like it. But moving on from that though, yeah, let's talk about it. I'm probably going to delete the other one, upload this one. So let's talk. The first thing I want to talk about is balance, because this is important for any fighting game. Let's be honest, you could ask anyone in the fighting game industry, I mean, in the community of who likes fighting games, fighting game community. Well, duh. But moving on from there, balance. It's really important to have a character that's balanced, because if you have a character that's just like too weak or too strong, it really is going to ruin the game and the experience with that character, and it might ruin the whole game. Let me give an example. Let's take example. Back in Street Fighter Alpha 2 or 3, I think it was 3. Mika, she was a weak ass character. But in Street Fighter 5, she was, I think she was overpowered when she was, when the game was new, right? Like, I know she was I think she was overpowered. It was the opposite, One was weak and one was overpowered. So let's use that example. If it's too weak a character, that means it's going to destroy. It's going to kind of ruin it, because it's like, me personally, I enjoy having a lot of suggestions, a lot of options, and diversity. These. Well, I mostly use Dead or Alive. This is my main. Her and the other one with purple hair. But these two, like Noelle, Ruby. I like the Squirrel Girl, whatever her name is. Let's call her Cheeks. And of course, Ibuki, Ryu, Ken, etc. Street Fighter characters. Like, I like the diversity, but when a game lacks that kind of ruins the experience for me. You know what I mean? And yeah, a good balance. You know what I mean? A character has to have good balance, man, because too strong is going to kind of be like, come on, man. A lot of people's just going to be using that one, you know what I mean? Just to win. And if it's too weak, then, oh man, that just kind of wounds it. You go be, me personally, I would be like, this could have been way better, this character. You know what I mean? But look how they made it, So yeah, that's my opinion on the balance, like that. Oh yeah, and there's another issue. Similar, like, don't make your character like, I see characters, like, overpowered, and I personally do not like that. That ruins the experience real fast for that character, because me personally, I don't like to go in and feel like I am spamming, you know what I mean? I don't want them to think that, and I don't want to feel like I am doing that. So of course I give my opponent some space, I beat them up, move back, because if it's too powerful, still with the overpowered, I don't want the other people thinking like, yo, you cheating, or yo, you know what I mean? It kind of gets annoying, mostly on PlayStation, people get pissed easy. But yeah, stages, man, it's important for people to have, for fighting games to have, number one, the nice and classic, throwbacks. That's important, don't get me wrong. And of course, it's important to have nice, fresh, new stages, you know what I mean? And in my opinion, stages are real important for any game that's a fighting game, because, dude, in my opinion, let me tell you an example. Mortal Kombat X, it had nice stages, but it's not the best compared to, like, say, I don't know, I think I like the stages of Dead or Alive a little bit better than Mortal Kombat X, and let's see, Street Fighter 5, at first it didn't have that many good stages, but later on it had great stages, so the newer ones beat the shit out of all those. And I'm saying newer ones as in, like, I'm going no DLC 1, compared to what we have now. Like, what we have now, the newer ones is better than the first, and base game of Street Fighter 5 with no DLC maps. And the first DLC maps was okay. But that's just my opinion. So stages are really important for a fighting game. Next is gonna be throwbacks. Did not just say that, but yeah, throwbacks as in like, for example, classic moves like now Sakura does like that, yeah, and who remembers the throwback when she used to dance around, do like that fucking weird dance or whatever. Yo, that's a nice one. If they had like little, what I think fighting games should do is, and I think what was it? I think Overwatch has this. If when you win, you get to do like a pose or something. I think it was that game, and that's what I like. Let's us choose like, oh, what's our victory pose or something like that. Or a victory dance. The classic Sakura walking back and forth. You know what I mean? Like that in Street Fighter 5. That would be. Wait, they do that. Oh yeah, no. Oh, I'm getting confused because when you beat someone, doesn't she do like the hand thing? Like yeah, something like that. One more trailer. But moving on from that, modes, man. This is important, man. Street Fighter 5 especially. This is what I'm thinking of. Modes is important to have, man. Different modes, not just like this. You know what I mean? Like a game that I think has great modes is Mortal Kombat X. It was nice. Street Fighter 5. They tried, but now they got it. The modes are important. Look at Street Fighter 5 and Mortal Kombat X. Those two had good modes. Don't get me wrong, but I enjoyed the modes better in Dead or Alive 5 and in, let's say, BlazBlue, the game that came out this year, the BlazBlue Cross Tag Team. That's an example of fun. In my opinion, like talking about like base games. Of course, now I could say, yeah, BlazBlue, Street Fighter 5 has better modes than Dead or Alive, the last one, and Mortal Kombat next. So yeah. So moving on from that. Oh man. Games could change, man. I enjoy it when a company could take their mistake and turn it around. For example, Street Fighter 5. If you remember, it was kind of bad. Yeah, it didn't have that many characters. It was a little glitchy, and yeah. But nowadays, I see a lot of people playing Street Fighter 5, and that's great, man, because they listen. They added. Don't get me wrong. It took a long, over 2 years for them to listen, but they added fan favorite characters. They had, this is great, man. New maps and cool shit. You know what I mean? Even though it took a long time, and don't get me wrong. Look, back to the character stuff. Let me say this: just give new characters some air to breathe. You know what I mean? Don't just put fan favorite, because then it's gonna be like, give a diversity of new and old, but not a lot of old, because then it's gonna be like the new needs to shine too. Tag team games are great, and single game great. Like tag team battle, I enjoy that one. That's a fun game. Single games like Street Fighter, like when you pick one character and you're gonna stay with that one, I enjoy those too. And in my opinion, fun games in the future, try to make it like, try to make that should just be a mode. You know what I mean? Not just a whole game itself. That should just be a mode, because that was, man, just imagine Street Fighter 5 with tag team, or say the new Smash Bros with tag team. That shit would be fun, man. I would play that mode. Okay, and the last thing I want to talk about is, I think that's it. Oh, Ibuki's ultimate is Yuffie's from Final Fantasy VII. That's all I'm saying. Now, with that being that, for sure, the big Shoryuken. So, with that being that, man, I hope fun games, they keep coming out, because I enjoy them. I enjoy. And yeah, a lot of times, I hear my friends talking about new fighting games, interested. So with that being that, Amy Rose for Super Smash Bros. #, and Coco Bandicoot, And with that being that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tell me your favorite video game characters when it comes to fighting games in the comments below. These are my 3. Well, Ibuki I'm kind of better at. It's Street Fighter. So yeah, with that being that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, bye. Peace.